Last gathering of our existence, actually. And because when the 21st comes,
Is that the kind of flood we're going to have?
it's the Mayan prophecy, and it's not going to be a meteor. It's really what's going to happen. It's going to eventually happen anyway. The poles, the polarity of our Earth, at some point is going to reverse, right? And the North Pole is going to become the South Pole. Actually, that happens every 20,000 years. So it could happen on the 21st. If it does, well, it was good knowing you, and thank you very much for all the support.
I know that's already.
What to say? Because what?
Horrible. I lost something that was very steady.
Well, that's what they call me over that. So what we'll do tonight, is I just have a short little presentation just to kind of review what we've done this year, what we haven't done, what we've done, and we'll draw the raffle prize, and Frida for on our own basically. So on our own, as you know, we always felt with PeaceWorks that basically, one of the things that binds a community together is food, and so we've always tried to do good food, and but for a long time I just bought Oreo cookies and stuff like that. Well, Frida came to the occasion, and she started bringing those wonderful cupcakes and the pound cakes and everything, and it's really my share, and it really does. It makes a difference for our events and for our community. So if we have two special people who are going to make the presentation to Frida. Okay, Lily and Mateo. No, keep those there. Keep those there. Mateo. This is Lily, and this is Mateo. Come here, Mateo. Come here. Okay, you gotta be careful. Go bring this. Okay? Okay, gently, very carefully, walk over and give it to Frida. Okay? It's been a while since I had one of those cupcakes. Okay, so let's. Why don't we do the watch out. Why don't we do the raffle? Okay? And we're gonna pick three thingamajiggers, and Nui, and we can. Mateo will pick the first one. No, you have some tickets. So I don't know. Do you think it's fair for him to draw a ticket? I didn't buy any tickets, so I can.
But you have to just turn and look the other way.
Yeah, they can do that. Okay, Nui, you pick one. Okay, Mateo, you pick the next one. Okay, this is pick one. Don't look. Okay, read the numbers on the bottom.
11688.
Okay, let me see that. Okay, the last three numbers are 884. Okay, Dan. Okay, so Dan, which you want the peanut butter or the tahini?
Oh, just take the key, yes.
Okay. So we've as you all. Louis, you made up this wonderful explanation here about we have this connection to, once again, nut butters. And they're organic nut butters. They're a worker, yep. And they're a worker-owned factory in New York. And they're GMO certified free. And but they have a relationship with one of our groups in Nicaragua, the Jubilee House community. And so all the tahini, all the tahini that they make, they buy the entire crop of organic sesame in Nicaragua.
From the co-op that
From the
Jubilee has.
Okay, you want to pick one? Okay, close your eyes. Okay, pick just one. What? No, you can pick it. No, not that one. Just pick up one, okay? Okay, can you read numbers yet?
I don't think.
Okay, let me see.
I can read it.
No, I'm gonna read it. 893, 893. 893, no?
Oh, me.
One more.
All right.
It's one more.
So what do you want? Do you want a big jar of jam, or you want the jam and the organic
Once
peanut butter?
again, crunchy peanut butter. So, well, what we're gonna do is we're gonna give her a choice, either she gets the great big jam or the small jam and the peanut butter.
Okay, I'm a small jam.
All right, great, terrific, thank you. Yeah, nice, perfect.
Okay, and then the final one, I'll do the final one. Okay, yep, yep. Okay. Close your eyes. Not that one. Okay, okay, good.
1, 6. The last numbers are 8, 5, 6.
856. All right. So the jam is made with Maine blueberries and organic apple juice, organic lemon juice, and Pomona's universal pectin. And then, yep. Okay. I should say before, we have a delegation going in January, and several people here will be going. Julie and Don Preziosi will be going for their third time. They're expert packers, so it's one less thing that I need to do. We just send them out there, and within they bring their own wands, and they say luggage Leviosa, but no, it's Leviosa, and it all packs. It all packs up exactly. And John Keith, this is I don't know how many times with PeaceWorks, but you've been going since 1986 or 5? 85.
Third time with PeaceWorks.
First went down with the church group or Brothers for Peace?
Presbyterian Church, yeah.
And then Christian,
Do you want to sit it out?
he's works on video production in Morristown, and also he's a coordinator with the Early Street Community Garden.
Yep, Green Morristown.
That has just got a $1.5 million grant from the state to buy their garden. And,
So we'll be able to expand from half an acre to the full acre. We'll have about 80 gardeners, hopefully, in total.
Oh, that's true.
In Morristown?
Yeah, it's on Early Street, off of Speedwell.
right downtown.
Wasn't there a risk that it was gonna be developed?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
exactly.
mean, that's.
It was in the
I thought-
redevelopment zone.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's, any other, did I miss out? Any other delegations? Diane Sterner will be going down again, and Nancy Rapke, several others. Okay, so I'm gonna kind of quickly go through our presentation, and it kind of shows what we've been up to this year. Okay, if I have to kneel. All right.
Question is, are you able to get up?
That's always the question. Okay, so this is, that was our delegation group that went down with us last year. We in front of our standing in front of the Messiah, the Madeira Hotel in Messiah. And one of our first stops, this is a group of us along with some community members and members of FEDICAMP up in Regadillo, Nicaragua. And
What is the first one?
I'm not sure. But the first what?
The first picture that you had.
Right there.
Oh, what town was it?
That was in Messiah, Nicaragua.
Okay.
And in Regadillo, we visited a tobacco processing. Unfortunately, tobacco is a big cash crop now in that area of Nicaragua, and we really saw. It brought to light to me. I didn't realize. I knew tobacco, the smoke is bad, but it's also very destructive to the people along the way who process this stuff. The women working in this place. The tobacco has to be cured. This is for cigar And the tobacco has to be cured, so all day long they're handling the tobacco. The nicotine absorbs through their hands, and also they're breathing this heavy nicotine vapors in the place. And they all, there's a stream of them always going to the local health clinic because of it. And this is, the bales of the pressed tobacco leaves that will go and be made into cigars that Arnold Schwarzenegger will be smoking pretty soon. And this is one of the curing rooms. We walked into that. I couldn't be in there. I couldn't take one breath in that room. It was so caustic. And then working with FEDICOMP, we visited their family garden projects that we've helped finance. And they're all very proud of the raised beds that they construct. They have to raise them up off the ground so the chickens don't eat them. And there's some beets and lettuce. And we meet with various groups. This is the Kuzmapa Pine Needle Cooperative. Some of the crafts out there are from them. And we always are delighted to be entertained by the Kuzmapa choral group, the youth choral group, which is amazing. And I'm going to play a short little video of their one of their songs that they did. My video is really bad. Hopefully with this delegation, Christian's going to help us with shooting some good stuff. And but you can catch the flavor of their wonderful music.
Brace your eyes.
No. And then, these are members. These are the leadership of the Kuzmapa association that has the Echo Lodge where we stay. And throughout the country, Daniel Ortega and the Sandinistas still have increasingly commanding control of the political apparatus. I mean, they've done a lot of good throughout the country. They just had municipal elections, and they won, I don't know, maybe 70% of the municipalities. But there are concerns about the consolidation of political power, but they have done a great deal of social progress has occurred in the country. And there's always an opportunity for a member of the delegation to kind of go loose, and every member of the delegation is advised to practice their hula hoops before they go to Nicaragua, so they don't embarrass themselves. And we stay a few nights on top of with the 43 Families Coffee Cooperative that sells the coffee that we have out there, and that grows the coffee that we sell out there. And it's on top of the world, and this is where we stay. Very kind of cold and noisy night. And this is Renee, the leader of the cooperative. And so it's a wonderful place, all shade grown, organic. And we're going to try to help. We still want to try to help them fix their tractor, which is kind of dilapidated. And so we see the whole process of how they pick the coffee. This is the coffee as it's drying. This is the coffee that people were drinking out there. Those are the coffee beans.
No, what is it? White.
Okay, these white things, this is, you know, basically when they pick the coffee, they take the beans out of the coffee cherry, and then they dry it on the patio here. And then it gets into a room, and then it gets, it sits for 30 days, and then it comes to the United States, and then they roast it. And they, you know, they grow all their own coffee. You know, this year they said they were going to be planting 20,000 new plants, which is an amazing feat. And but they have their own nurseries, and pretty incredible. We visit the Las Penitas beach on the Pacific, and in the back is the volcano that blew up this summer, San Cristobal, and we'll be going back to this beach, and you know, we haven't scheduled another volcanic eruption yet, but we, you know, it's a nice place. We'll be there again in January. We go into this is the Isla de Juan Venado wildlife and estuary. It's a mangrove estuary, and this was a crane or a heron. And they also have a project where they protect the turtles. They protect the turtle eggs. After the eggs are laid by turtles, they get dug up and put under here, and then protected by 24-hour guards, so that people don't eat the eggs. And then, you know, a total switch of environment. We go into Managua, you know, and to Inhijambia, you know, people that live on the extreme margins of society, such as this young child. Can you imagine that, Louie? Being, you know, that's someone who's your age, and in order to eat during the day, she has to pick through garbage to find food to eat. Can you imagine that?
Wow.
Because they have no money. And, but this youngster is will someday be in Inhijambia's program. The whole family's in the program, and they live 10 feet away from that dump. And but I don't know how, you know, she can be smiling like that. But and this is, you know, these are two of the Inhijambia students, and or kids, you know, people, you know, they're young people that are, you know, and they kind of give us an impromptu, you know, part of Inhijambia's program is they teach music and singing, and they also teach English, and they also, in order to help them phrase, I guess it's helpful in teaching music and English for them to learn English songs. So here's a quick. Do you know that song, Rachel? Yeah. Oops, let me get back up. And this is lunch. You know, this is a meal. I still don't understand how they do it, but they cook this. They boil this cow head for hours and hours and hours until it becomes gelatin, and then they kind of cut it up into fine little pieces, and then they mix it with masa, you know, the stuff that you make tortillas with, and then aren't you glad you're a vegan? And this is Myrna with two young people in her program, and every year that we're with them, we do a big dinner, festivities with them. This is the spread that we help pay for. And this is Diane with one of the young people in the program. This is Johanna, who visited here. This is her third child, and she's doing pretty well. You know, she visited us 5 years ago or so, and but she has her own business, And they also teach dancing, and just to get a flavor of the dancing, I'll do a little. So, Lily asked why, she holds her dress up like that. It's just part of the dancing, part of that particular folk dance that they learn. And the costume, Inhijambia makes their own costumes there. And this is her. She's all these kids have been, through pretty arduous, hard lives. And Inhijambia really, part of the key program is just building self-esteem because they've been beaten down all their lives. And she's, this young girl, I think she's 13. She's actually a tennis star. She's competed now, I guess with some of the help of Inhijambia. She's competed in tennis tournaments around Central America. So maybe someday she'll play in the U.S. Open. And these are some of the young women who have been through Inhijambia's program, and the promoters that they go through the program, and then they continue to work. Yeah?
Excuse me, why do they have a skeleton?
Oh, that's just a decoration they probably had. And this is Jose de Laguna, who's been with us for a long time. He drives us around Nicaragua for every delegation. And one morning he and his wife invited us over to his family's house to have knuckle tamales, which is a Nicaraguan delicacy. And so we got to meet his whole family. This is his wife, who of course did the cooking. This is his family. And then this is the Axiacatl Women's Collective that we work with. This is Maria Eugenia, who is one of the Collectiva members, with some of the materials we ship on our cargo containers. This is Anialta, who's a young woman who started a self-help group, and we've shipped her some sewing machines and sewing supplies, and now they're making materials, to sell in the market. And this is delegation members with Doña Coco, who runs an infant feeding center. And we mentioned the people that the Jubilee House community. Not only do they work with all the sesame farmers in Nicaragua, but they've started the whole industry of growing organic cotton in Nicaragua. And so they have people have to go through the cotton to take out any impurities, and then pretty labor-intensive work. And then the cotton is bagged up, and then it's put through a cotton gin and baled. And So it's a pretty amazing organization. And this is, one night we went to see Luis Mejia Godoy, and just to get we went backstage and had a little, we signed an autograph.
Carlos.
And Carlos Mejia Godoy, yeah. And just to get a flavor, you want to hear just to get a sense of his music?
Yes.
He's an amazing entertainer. Pretty bad video, but. As you can see, he's an amazing performer. So, shifting from Nicaragua, part of our main work this year was we shipped our 61st and 62nd cargo container. This is what we fill up with stuff for Nicaragua. This is Dr. Ray. Is Dr. Ray still here?
Oh, yeah.
Still
Yep. He does a lot of the loading and makes sure it's all done right, working with Michael McCabe. And this is Michael McCabe, the truck driver and the guy who's worked with us for a long, long time and making sure we do it right. He's standing with Jason. He's a student at Drew University, and Jason Hammond, and he'll be going to Nicaragua with us in January. He's in South Korea right now. He's leading the fan club for the North Korean president, who's been declared the handsomest man in the world, or the sexiest man in the world. So it's this is Guy Talbot, working on the back of the container, and the main container. At the end of it all, there's only us 5 people left at the end of it, and the October container. We started off. We loaded these 4 bales. These are 650-pound bales of large plastic tote bags that are going to be used to bring up the harvest the sesame harvest from Nicaragua back to, each of these bags is gonna hold a ton of sesames. And that's what once again, nut butters are gonna use to ship to bring their sesames into the States to make the tahini. And we put a table saw on for Paul Mahali Rank, who's who handles the shipment for the Jubilee House community. And these are some kids from the young people from the People to People chapter, the international chapter in Secaucus. And this young woman collected about 40 big boxes of school supplies and clothing for us. And these are some more folks from Secaucus. And then loading up the back of the container. And we got it done like at 5:30 in the afternoon, which we never get done that early, but it went very smoothly. These are all the diehards. Oh, I should say that the woman kind of in the middle, there's Ray is in back and Dan O'Cone's in back of her. That's Lottie Tober. She and her friend Carol are going to be going to Nicaragua with us. Lottie, I first met her in 1988 when she translated for me down in Nicaragua, and she hasn't been back to Nicaragua since 1990. So it's going to be really interesting to to hear her observations about how Nicaragua's changed since 1990. Question?
Jen,
Yeah.
there's your daughter over there.
Yeah, that's Jessie. That's Jessie with her boyfriend Robbie, and that's right next to Dennis. Yeah. And Craig's there. Yeah. Nancy. Oh yeah, and right next to Nancy, and next to Avery is Carol Shaughnessy, who's going to be going. And then we have our solidarity roast in July, where we did up a big spread. This is a meeting we had in September with Karen Maxim from Grupo Kohala about talking about Nicaragua, Guatemala. And this is, in my mailings you hear a lot about my garden, so this is me sitting in my compost pile. And this is my cover crop in the spring. And that's, yep. These are some potatoes I put in, my compost tumbler. This is my garlic. This was taken in April. This is my garlic. I even planted more this year. This is another shot of my compost pile. This is an ayote plant. It's like squash. And these are some flowers that haven't flowered yet. Squash in the back of the garden. Strawberries. Purple Cherokee tomato. That's one of my ayotes. And for the first time this year, I grew shiitake mushrooms, which were amazing. They were I'd never had shiitake mushrooms before, so I grew them. So pretty good. Look at that. Yeah, you ate them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what that is. I don't know. And so that's basically it. That's our year. And thank you very much for making it possible. And I feel very fortunate that we've been able to do this work since the late 1980s. And we'll see how long we can continue doing it, and how long Nicaragua needs us to continue to do it. So that's always a question as well. All right, could someone just grab a light real quick?